So this guy stole Dorothy's ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz, which are worth $28 million. Now his name's Terry, and Terry's around 57 years old during this time, living in Minnesota, and he's kind of a turd. Like, he's been in and out of prison for a long time for all kinds of stuff, but eventually he has cleaned himself up. But then, in 2005, everything changes. Because that's when an old mob friend of his approaches him about doing one final job. See, his mob friend knows of a way to steal an original pair of ruby slippers worn by Judy Garland in the movie Wizard of Oz. He knows where they're kept, and he's thinking they're probably worth a lot of money. Maybe millions. But remember, Terry's clean now. He hasn't committed any crimes in a long time. So he's like, nah, I don't do that stuff anymore. And he turns the offer down. However, Terry goes home and he can't stop thinking about it. This might be a big opportunity. Like, it keeps him up at night. This could be one last score and it could set him up for life. So finally, he goes back to his mob friend and he's like, all right. And so, boom, they start to plan out this crime. Now, lucky for Terry, the slippers are kept at the Judy Garland Museum, which is like a small place that they have a bunch of stuff from the Wizard of Oz movie. Like, they keep a bunch of stuff there. And this museum is not too far from where Terry lives. And so, one morning, when the place is closed, he drives there. And he finds a locked glass door, and he takes a sledgehammer, and pow! He smashes it open, and he enters. Then he finds the slippers. They're in like a plexiglass case. And again, he uses the sledgehammer and pow, he smashes up the display. Then he grabs the shoes and he flees. So now Terry's got all the loot. All he needs to do is sell them. Here's the thing though. Terry has never actually seen The Wizard of Oz, so he has no idea who Judy Garland is. He doesn't know what role these shoes play in the movie. All he knows is that they're made of rubies, and rubies are worth a lot of money. So Terry goes to an acquaintance of his, some shady guy who deals in all things stolen, and he shows him the shoes, and he's like, these are made of rubies, so they gotta be worth millions, right? And the guy examines them and he's like, bro, these aren't rubies. They're beads and plastic sequins. Which, yeah, he's right. And it's extremely obvious when you look at them up close. And so Terry's like, oh, damn it, all that worked for some stupid bedazzled shoes. And so after only having the ruby slippers for 2 days, he goes back to his old mob friend and he's like, here, you take these. They're worthless. And Terry gives him the slippers, and who the hell knows what the mob friend eventually does with them. But Terry moves on with his life, not knowing that during this time,